I just had a flashback I wanted to share with you all. I think it must have been around 2008. And at that time, Christine and I were part of a friend group where we would go out for dinners or meet at someone's house, pretty much almost every week. And I had just gone through sort of a spiritual explosion within myself. I just discovered things about me, discovered things about this entire space, about spirit, about the creator, and those were the things on my mind. That's what was going on and all that. And I remember sitting at that dinner. It was Friday night. I'll never forget. We were sitting there, everybody around the table, people eating, drinking, laughing, and I was listening to the conversation as though I wasn't really there. Like I was just observing, not a participant, just an observer. And in me, something just felt so repelled by all of it. And I know at that point, it sounds like judgment, and probably it was, but I couldn't relate to any of it, any of what they were saying, of how they were behaving, these are my friends, folks that I loved and spent time with and did all of that. But man, I could not. And, I said a few things and said a few things that would matter to me at the time. And they would just look at me in complete disbelief. What's wrong with you? Have you been drinking? What did you smoke? And I would talk about, even I would say the word God, and that just didn't go over well. And sort of shut me down and went on with their conversations. And I realized, so I had this stark realization on the way home after this dinner that this was the last time, that I could never go back to that. I could never be a part of it ever again. And that was frightening. It was really frightening because it's as if I had lost part of my identity, as if, a piece of me was gone now. And it took me a while to come to grips and to accept that and to sort of integrate those things. And I really had no idea what was really going on. See, I kind of figured I knew about the conspiracies in the world. I knew about all that, but it all started connecting in a much bigger way. And I realized, man, it's all a game. It's all a program. It's not real. What people think about most of the time, what they listen to, what they watch, what they talk about, it's not really real. But then it was just me and Christine, and there weren't really any other people around us. And so I was isolated from being able to share and being able to put it in context, just talk about it. And I remember that space was quite uncomfortable. I was comfortable when I was alone with, just myself, but when I was going out to social things or, work things, whatever, I felt so out of place, more than ever before. And so just wrong, just like I was in a wrong place, like it was all wrong. And it took me years to really comprehend what had happened and what had gone on, and how I had stepped into a new experience of who I actually really am, and tap more into that. And, through all of this, I had the wonderful gift of my wife, who kind of went through similar things, but also had different perspectives. And she really, really helped me. She really kind of guided me back to my soul. And it started changing everything. And it really morphed into the true life. Before that, I don't think I lived a true life. I lived a more programmed life, I should say. Not like sort of NPC style, but programmed enough. And it is a different life. It was a different life. And I didn't realize how many people have gone through that. And as time progressed, more and more and more, now this is the decade where this is happening to so many people. Those experiences are the experiences of so many of you out there. And it's like everything starts to fall apart, but where to look for the new? Like what comes after? Like what is life like after this, and what matters, right? What doesn't matter? Where do I go? Where are my new people? You know, where's this new earth? What is happening? And this is what we call the after awakening space, if you will. And as thrilling and exciting as the awakening process is, this after part sort of kind of isn't quite as thrilling. It's quite challenging. And so Christine and I had this lightning bolt idea that we wanted to create a space. I wanted to create a space for people to come together with guidance, professional guidance. That's what we've been doing for many years, especially Christine. And we created this space. And this is happening tomorrow, Saturday, July 12th, and Sunday, July 13th. It's an online retreat called After Awakening. And so these are the last hours to register. And what we're going to do is meditate. We're going to do breath work. We're going to provide context, perspective, but most importantly, the practices, the tools that everybody can use. Because talk is cheap, folks. We can talk about this all day long, but what can we actually do to assist ourselves, help ourselves, and be inspired through this process, right? So if this speaks to you, check out the link in the video description, afterawakeningretreat.com. Registration closes tonight at around 8 p.m. Central, give or take. So if you see this and you feel a call and you feel drawn to it, now's the time. And we'd love to see you tomorrow. We're going to start at 10 a.m. Central. You'll get all the information in an email after sign up, and we would love to see you there. Much love, many blessings, and we'll be back with you again very, very soon.